can make it to the parking lot, you can get through your workout. Just get to the parking lot. Everything else is gonna fall into place. So you're not gonna be motivated every day. You're not gonna wanna do it every day. Like, you're not gonna have the same desire to do it every day. But that's when the discipline come in. Like, you know, you told yourself that you're gonna better yourself. You told yourself that you're gonna do X, Y, Z. So you gotta tell yourself that on the days that you don't feel like it. On the cloudy days too, you gotta understand like you got somewhere that you're trying to get to. So my name is Kenyon Parks, but I go by KP. I'm from Midwest City, Oklahoma. And the CEO of Got Plenty Fitness, for those that's wondering. Personal trainer, fitness coach. If you're interested in getting right, getting your physique together, come talk to me. You know, we can see how to attain those goals.
Talking about communication earlier, right? So how do you adapt to the communication style? Like, you know, because some women, they don't like you to go hard on them, right? And some men don't care. Say if you have a client that is very sensitive, how do you kind of like, you know, just walk your way and at the same time you still got the job done? About communication earlier, right? So how do you adapt to the communication style? Like, you know, because some women, they don't like you to go hard on them, right? And some men don't care. Say if you have a client that is very sensitive, how do you kind of like, you know, just walk your way and at the same time you still got the job done?
That's part of me assessing the clients differently. I know each person's communication style is different, but I will say, if you don't want to get pushed and you're not willing to work hard,
to tell you, like,
then I'm probably not the one for you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the one for you. So I'm raising a 14-year-old daughter, so it's kind of like, and she plays basketball. So if I hold her accountable and I'm pushing her, I'm definitely gonna hold an adult accountable. You know, if I hold my child accountable, like, it's the same way. So it's kind of like, you don't have to like it to get the results. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna,
So at what point do you assess your clients? Say 1 week after or 2
well,
weeks
I usually
after?
get usually our first interaction. You know, you get a pretty good idea of.
No, I mean by the time say we started this week, we like 2 weeks in. So when do you assess, like, okay, you should be seeing the result by now? Like, okay.
Oh, seeing the results? Yeah, I definitely like give it a couple weeks before like to start to expect to see the body to change. We spend a lot of time like the first couple weeks conditioning the muscles, making sure form is correct if necessary. If you're not familiar with the gym, we spend those weeks, you know, helping you get familiar with the gym, get comfortable in the gym, just get comfortable being around other people. I know a big concern that I come to notice, a big concern is a lot of people don't like to work out around others. It's like if they're not familiar in the gym, but coming from somebody that's in the gym, I promise nobody is looking at you. Like, we all in here doing the same thing, we're just trying to better ourselves. So it's kind of like, once you get that out your head, it's a lot more enjoyable experience. And sometimes people are looking at you because they like what they see. Like, they might think that, you know,
same day I saw you, that's why I'm like, damn, like, it
yes,
caught
sir,
up.
absolutely. So kind of to motivate others, or if they see you doing the exercise that they're not familiar with, or maybe they're just trying to get some tips and pointers and they're not comfortable coming to approach you, so they kind of trying to watch what you do and, you know, mirror your movements. So speaking to anybody, I get told I don't look approachable, but I do not mind being approached. Like, I don't mind giving advice. Like, I
might say there is a truth to that, because first, seeing you working out, but now that I get to know you a little bit, you know, definitely calm and collected, cool
person. Absolutely. Like, you got to start somewhere. So I much respect to anybody that steps foot through these doors, because, like, you come in with the mindset that you want to make a change or you want to make an improvement. So respect to anybody, wherever you at in your fitness journey, whether you're just getting started or, you know, whether you're maintaining it's a level of discipline that's necessary, you know, to be in the fitness world.
So how comfortable are you with the female clients? Because some people, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because some men don't like that. girlfriend or wife to have a
So on
male
that,
trainer.
I definitely don't have that issue. Like I say, I am a single father, so like I do not have those type of problems. I am comfortable with the female clients. I don't mind, but I'm also respectful. Like I say, I'm raising my daughter, so it's kind of like I'm naturally in that space.
That's
I'm
patient.
natural, like I'm naturally like I have to be calm and understanding and patient, and there's a certain level that I have to tone it down to raise my daughter. So it's kind of like I'm always like that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Can you tell if someone is not comfortable with you while you're working out? Because, it takes time before you get
Yeah,
to know
body
people.
language is real. So if that's any personal trainers, I would say not only assess and learn communication, but also learn to pay attention to body language, because some people aren't comfortable expressing themselves. So it's kind of like sometimes as a trainer, you have to notice. So with me, I tend to ask, like for reassurance, not only for them, but for myself. And I give the green light. So if you're not
Okay.
comfortable with
For
something,
you to
like
go.
let me know.
Let
'Cause
me know.
my job is to make sure you're comfortable, at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
if it's something that is not okay with you, or you're not feeling it, or if it's a movement or exercise that may not feel right, don't just assume like, well, he knows what he's doing, so this is how it's supposed to feel. Like, yeah, for sure, let me know. Like, I'm open to that for sure.
And that takes me to the next question. Like, can you tell if you're giving the client too much? Like, man, he can't get it done. It's just trying so hard, but like I feel like it's.
I haven't ran into that problem. I ran into it mentally, but not physically. So a lot of clients think they can't do it, but then come on, like I call it the C word. Like can't. I don't like. Like
Okay,
we don't use the C word. So it's just kind of like that body gonna shut down. Your mind gonna tell yourself you can't do something. If you can, a lot of times you can do a lot more than what you think you can, which is why you come to get a trainer, so that way you can push yourself past your limit. So I haven't pushed the client and they not succeed, like past their own expectations.
Wow. So do you go to different gyms or just?
Vasa's my primary gym. Like right now, this is where I'm at. I would definitely love to find an environment that's more open and accepting to what I'm trying to do, for sure. So if there's anybody that, knows anybody, or anybody that's looking for somebody that, trying to bring publicity as well as trying to grow, so I'm definitely open to that. But Voss is my primary gym.
Yeah, talking about boxing in Oklahoma, right? Mm-hmm. Do you have any boxer that you training at the moment?
No, I'm not currently training any boxers at the moment. No, sir.
Oh man. So does boxing and fitness, like working out, do they really?
Yeah, it's a lot. They have a lot in common. Much respect to the boxers. The level of discipline to box is definitely like next level. Similar to the level of discipline that's necessary to achieve a certain physique. Like, so it's a commitment. At some point you decide you're gonna eat right. This is priority. You're gonna start to get your rest. Nothing comes before your training. Man, it's the same as an athlete. Like, if you're a boxer, you're a boxer first. So that determines what you eat, how you sleep, how you work out, how you move. What you put in your body, what you put your body through. So it's kind of like it's a whole mindset, not only a mindset shift, but it becomes a lifestyle.
Do you think you have like a workout regimen for like boxers? Like, okay, like how boxers, they don't want to lift too much, but like, okay, few stuff.
Absolutely, like for an athlete, yeah, just something to keep more to condition the muscles, that keep your mobility and also maintain the strength and not get too bulky or not to put too much strain on the muscles. Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Talking about safety and injury prevention, how do you, with your clients, like how do you do that?
Well, a lot of times I'm there, so I'm going to guide you through, and that's why that comes teaching the form. A lot of times injury comes from incorrect form, so it's like if you're doing the lift and something feels uncomfortable, there's probably something that could be fixed. That's something that's incorrect if you're not injured. If you're just feeling the strain on your shoulder, and you shouldn't be feeling the strain on your shoulder, that could be something as simple as hand placement, grip placement, get the elbows in, shoulders, just simple things like that. Don't ego lift. Like if you just getting started with something, lower the weight, maintain the form, perfect the form. Like you don't look to lift heavy in a couple weeks, because there's no point. It's a journey. So it's kind of like we're doing this for the long haul. So you don't have to try to reach your goals in the first couple weeks. So yeah, I would definitely say ask questions. That's another thing. Like, don't be afraid to ask questions, and keep the weight like manageable. Like I said, don't ego lift. Don't get in your head. Don't worry about what the person to the left or the right is doing. Stay in your lane, and you be good to go. Like you.
So the goal setting for your clients, right? How do you help them to, or do you have, okay, say somebody come to you, do you have like already made stuff for them, or you listen to them?
I'm always gonna ask, I'm always gonna listen. We always gonna have that conversation. You gotta tell me what you want first, what you're trying to do. Also, if you're already working out, I wanna know personally, like, what are you already doing? So that way I know where I need to come in at, where if I need to add to something, take away from something. Because you might be already doing something that's good and beneficial, you just need a little bit of something extra to go with it, or you need that little extra push. So I definitely want to see where you at, what you know. Like, I'm asking questions just as much as I'm getting asked questions. I need to know my client as well as my client needs to know me.
Talking about the progress, how do you assess the progress? How do you measure?
We go off well, for sure the results. I don't want to get too caught up in the scales. I often ask the time, a lot of new clients that come in with a number in mind, like a scale number in mind. But what I've come to learn is most people is not the scale, it's the look. Like, most people, if they would rather have the look and not the number, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people tell me like, oh, I want to be 150, and it's like, well, if you could be 160 but you look how you want to, would you rather have that, or would you rather be 150 and not look how you want to? And it's always, they want to see what they want to like what they see in the mirror more than they want to like that number. So I say that scale is very misleading. I wouldn't say don't get too caught up in it. Pay attention to how your clothes fit, just those type of things. Your physique, the energy, the way that you feel, the strength that you have. Pay attention to those is more than the scale.
Talking about staying updated, right? How do you keep yourself with the trend, like with what is going on as a fitness trainer? Like, how do you,
stay, what exactly you asking?
Staying updated, like
stay current with, what's going on with the workouts,
the trends,
yeah, for sure. I'm always looking to learn new things, but I also learned that, like, if it works now, it's gonna work next month, and it's probably gonna work next year. I had to learn that because there's 1,000 different ways to train, and I feel like if you get the results, that's you doing something right. So what works for you or what you prefer to do, if it doesn't work for the next person, they just might not have as much interest in the way that you train as you do, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like, I know what works, and I know I'm also willing to learn. I'm also always willing to learn new things, like to do things a different way, to continue to have fun with it and continuously learn. You don't want to get bored, you don't want to get burnt out. So for sure, I'm definitely
talking about workshops, right? Have you attended any?
No, I haven't. That's what I'm looking.
Okay.
I haven't attended any workshops, but I'm definitely looking to network and to build and to grow. Like, that's a big priority this year for me, is to grow my brand as far as the networking and being on this journey. That's one of the things that I had to learn, or one of the things that I realized I needed to work on, as far as, like I say, networking and rubbing shoulders and connecting and, building a reputation, and, as far as just who you are as an individual. You don't want to, like, oh, he looked good, he got a good physique, but he rude, or, he got bad manners. So it's kind of like, I know there's a point in time to where I wanted things I wasn't ready for, but I didn't realize I wasn't ready for them. As far as, like, it might have been a point in time to where if I would have got what I was asking for, I would have fumbled it. Like, your communication skills not where they need to be at for you to, get to where you're trying to get to. So it's kind of like, once you start to understand what you need to work on as an individual, it's a lot easier to go about the situation. You realize timing is everything. Timing is everything. So absolutely. Everything.
Talking about handling difficult situation, like with the client, okay, they came in, they want to drop down to 160. It's been 2 months.
Yeah.
How do you,
So the proof is in the pudding. Like, you can't lie about fitness. It's like, if you say, I'm working out X amount of hours a day, I'm eating like this, I'm doing this, your body is gonna reflect that. And if you're not doing what you say you're doing, your body is also gonna reflect that. So it's just kind of like, Each person is different, but I know if we 2 months in,
Yeah.
and you coming and you showing up and you doing everything that I ask of you while we're here, and your body's not changing, there's something that you're doing where we're not together that you shouldn't be doing. So either you're not eating right, you're not getting the proper rest, which is necessary. Rest is part of it. You got to give your muscles time to recover. But for sure though, you can't put in the work and not get the results. So if you coming in here going through the motions and your body's not changing, you're not doing. I know for a fact, like there's something that you're not telling me that you're doing. Either you're not eating right, you're not eating enough, your diet ain't where it need to be, and it ain't got to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like we go for improvements, like not perfection. So as far as dieting, I'm gonna ask you like, what do you eat? Like, what's your current eating habits, and then from there I'll make the necessary changes. Like, so if you going and you getting these 2 double cheeseburgers and you getting XYZ, I'm not about to tell you cold turkey that I need you to meal prep tomorrow and you got to have 5 meals ready and laid out. But we're gonna start gradually. Like let's maybe take away one of these cheeseburgers. Let's get this small drink instead of this large, and we're gonna make the progression. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's dope.
You don't wanna overwhelm the clients. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot. For as personal trainers, we got to understand this is second nature to us, so we're comfortable in here. Like, so the knowledge that we're giving others, it could sound like, calculus to them
like,
if they're
you
not
crazy.
familiar, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is what I do. So it's like, I might have some trouble with if I was talking to an engineer about some things, you know what I'm saying? So it's, because that's not my field of expertise. So it's just kind of like, you have to understand that the way that we see it, like I say, is second nature to us, but to somebody else, it's almost a foreign language. So you kind of got to break it down to them, give them the basics and the ABCs, and make it simple for them. A lot of people that, if it's too hard, they're not gonna stick with it. Like if they feel overwhelmed or if they feel like it's just, they're just gonna give it up, throw in the towel, like, man, maybe it's not for me. So, like, you gotta understand the clients, you gotta understand what's their schedule, what they dealing with on the daily. Like, are you a single mother? Do you go home and take care of 3 kids? Do you have time? Like, do you work a strenuous job? Like, are you coming in here stressed out? Are you coming in here like, so all those things matter. So all those things matter. So we all out here dealing with stuff, going through things. So it's kind of like, I feel like I say, if somebody come to me, I don't mind. Like, you come in here, you got to talk, you want to vent, like, cause that's part of it. This is therapy for a lot of people. This is a release for a lot of people.
Sebastian, I'll ask you that. Like, do you give room for that? Because some people, they just here to train. Don't tell me any of your business. I don't want to know.
Yeah. So
how
for me,
receptive are you to somebody telling you what they're going through?
Me personally, I'm comfortable with talking about whatever you're comfortable telling me about, because you might have been looking forward to this all day, or maybe I'm the only person that's willing to listen. You know what I'm saying? This might be something that you really need to talk about. So whatever it is about me that I've made you comfortable enough to express yourself to me. So I don't want to mess that up. I actually look at it as a sign of comfortability when somebody's willing to come and talk to you and express their problems. Like I say, I could be the only one that's willing to listen without judging them. Like, you never know what somebody's going through. So if I could provide that and be that, for somebody, as well as help them reach goals, for me, that's a win. That's a double win. So that's absolutely though. We gotta still get the work in. We gotta work. We gotta still work while we talking. But I'm definitely not against conversation and venting and opening up to the clients. And
so to wrap it up today, I'm just gonna ask you a few questions about Oklahoma City fitness business. Like, how has it been like, compared to big cities like Texas, Dallas,
Right.
Houston,
Absolutely.
New York City, like,
So I don't have anything to compare it to as far as like being other places and experiencing it. But for what I see, it's definitely growing in the city. It's definitely a growing business and industry. I feel like it's an infinite industry. Like there's forever going to be people that want to work out. There's always going to be somebody that's trying to work out. So me personally, I would love to experience it on some of the bigger scales, like, the Calis and the bigger places to where where it's second nature, where that's life, So I'll definitely, it's on my bucket list. I got to make it to Cali. I for sure want to get to Cali and to get to the goals, work out outside at Venice, and I would definitely love to experience that. And to see where I'm at, to see where I compare to other people, in the fitness industry across the world, not just here in the city.
So what's your plan, to add to the fitness situation or condition of what is happening in Oklahoma City?
That's my plan to add to like the fitness industry.
What are you bringing?
Oh, what am I bringing?
Yeah.
So I feel like with me, man, it's a blank slate. Like I don't want anybody to, as far as the clients are, this is a place you can be yourself. Like come to me, like be yourself, and based off of who you are as an individual, I will learn you as an individual, and that's where our relationship will be based off of. I know some people like to joke a little bit more. Some people like to be a little bit more serious. So it's kind of like we'll pick up on that over time. But for me, I want to enjoy this. Like it's serious work, but we're not gonna be. You don't have to be serious all the time. Like this is supposed to be enjoyable. Like it's
if you're
supposed
not
to
having
be
fun,
You're not. If you're doing it wrong, yeah, you're supposed to be enjoyable. Like it's a sense of delayed gratification. You get the satisfaction. The sense of accomplishment. I ain't never put in a hard workout and felt bad about it. Like, so even the days you don't want to come, if you can make it to the parking lot, you can get through your workout. Just get to the parking lot. Everything else is going to fall into place. So you're not going to be motivated every day. You're not going to want to do it every day. Like, you're not going to have the same desire to do it every day. But that's when the discipline come in. Like, you told yourself that you're going to better yourself. You told yourself that you're going to do X, Y, Z. So you got to tell yourself that on the days that you don't feel like it. On the cloudy days too, you got to understand like you got somewhere that you're trying to get to. So it's definitely move with purpose, move with intent, and understand that, like I said, you cannot put in the work and not get the results. If you do what you're supposed to do, your body will respond, and that's a fact.
Wow. So in case anybody's watching you in Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Muskogee, Houston, Texas, or in any part of the world, right? Where can people find you one more time? Like
I'm on socials, IG, KP_Got Plenty Fitness. That's GOTPLENTY Fitness. And on Facebook, KP Got Plenty CEO. Reach out to me. I'm looking to network. I'm looking to grow. I'm looking for people that's willing to make that change, ready to make that change. And yeah, let's get to it. Like let's get to it. 2024 gonna be a big year.
And your last word for the people,
My last word?
Yeah.
And take that step, man. Get out your head. Just take the first step. Like, you can't go through a journey without taking that first step. So get out your head, push yourself, better yourself, exceed your expectations. Do something hard. Do something hard. Challenge yourself. And do something you didn't think you could do. That's a lot of things. You learn a lot about yourself in the gym. You're gonna push yourself, and you're gonna see things about yourself that you can't see if you're not in here. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what you can do until you put yourself through it. So, yeah, get right, get out your head, and like I say, take that first step.
Thank you so much, brother, for your time, man. If you
Absolutely.